You've likely heard the phrase dew point in your local weather forecast, followed by the words muggy or sticky. But did you know that your home also has a dew point? And if you don't keep it in check, it could lead to all kinds of issues like condensation and even mold growth. I'm going to explain to you what your dew point in your home should be to avoid those issues. Dew point is the temperature at which moisture in the air turns into liquid water. Let me break it down to you in a way that makes sense to a normal human. Essentially, think of a pop can on a nice hot summer day and you just pulled it out of the cooler and it's ice cold. As it sits in that heat, it starts to form condensation. The dew point is actually the point at the can where that hot air and a cold meet and forms condensation. Now in your home, this usually happens in your wall assembly. The outside temperature meets your inside temperature and condensation will form. And if that condensation is left unchecked, that'll obviously turn into mildew and mold. And obviously during the winter, the same is true. You've got warm air inside, you've got cold air outside. They meet in the middle and condensation forms. Where that condensation forms, that's going to be your dew point. Now, if you do have something in your walls like fiberglass or cellulose, those do still allow for air movement, and there's not a whole lot that you can do about it. They slow it down, but they don't completely stop it. Now, if you had something like foam insulation in your walls, then you would be creating an air barrier, and those two drastically different temperatures can't meet in the wall assembly. How does the average human measure dew point? Well, first of all, you can buy something called a digital hygrometer, which is going to take measurements of the moisture in the air and give you a readout of what the dew point is. There's also the option that some smart thermostats will tell you the dew point in your home, which makes it a whole lot easier than trying to say hygrometer. See? You can also get an infrared temperature gun. Now this is going to help you locate cold spots in your walls that are likely to collect condensation. But honestly, the biggest trigger that you're going to have to really know that something's going on with your dew point is going to be if your house feels musty or sticky or even humid. If you see condensation on your windows or you even notice damp spots. Those are great indicators that something is definitely going on with your home's dew point. So I explained how you can test your dew point, but how do you even know what a comfortable reading should be? According to the COPD Foundation, you want that dew point to be between 40 and 60 degrees. Now, anything below that target range, if you suffer from things like asthma, issues breathing, anything above or below is going to give you trouble. You're also going to notice more things in your home, like I mentioned, foggy windows, that feeling of being sticky, those sorts of things. So the range that is recommended is between 40 and 60 degrees. So how can you keep your dew point in that range and keep your home healthy and comfortable? Well, essentially, you're going to have to seal your building envelope. Creating an air seal is going to stop those temperatures from meeting in the wall assembly. You know what can help? Foam insulation. Foam insulation creates an air seal from top to bottom when you seal the building envelope that's going to prevent those two temperatures from meeting. What else does it do? It also prevents any kind of moisture issues because it doesn't retain moisture like traditional insulation can. So you won't have to worry about mold, mildew, or anything like that. And finally, another great thing about foam is that it's going to help you maintain a constant, comfortable temperature in your home, giving your HVAC system a much needed break. Do you want to stop that mystery moisture in your home that's being caused by your dew point being out of whack? Foam insulation is the missing piece. Now, if you want to learn more about all the awesome things that foam insulation can do for your home, check out the Learning Center on our website. There you're going to find tons of resources like articles and videos to answer all of your questions. I'm your building science brainiac reminding you to bring a little science to every project.